come to you live on EA Sports, and it's a Windy City special in the booth. I'm Ed Cohen with the former Chicago Bull. It's Jay Williams.
And Ed, both squads are getting up last-minute shots. As a player, you never leave the court on a missed shot. A make shot always sets the right tone before the game.
All the work that's gone into this game about to be on full display here tonight. Boston controls the tap. Walker. To Jaylen Brown. Short jumper stays out.
And so much of the shot is before the shot even occurs. As a defense, make him do things he's uncomfortable with. Stay up on him, make him catch the ball outside of his comfort zone.
Gets to the basket and scores.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Walker to Cantor. Doesn't have the touch. No good.
I'm not sure that the contest on the shot contributed to the miss, but what it might have done is seep into the confidence of the shooter that the next time he might decide to try to drive to the rim instead of settling for a jump.
Nothing going here on that drive. To Conley. By Conley. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
It looks like he's using his ball handling to feel the game out. I know it looks like he's just playing around out there trying to get the fans going. That is true, but he's also finding his rhythm.
To Jaylen Brown. Boston with 4 to shoot. Brown shot off iron. No good.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Celtics have it. To Cantor. And it's Cantor. Missed his first. That one goes.
You feel that? I see the confidence building.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Leads 4. Driving right to the basket and scores.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Walker to Cantor. Scores from the post.
Old school equals high percentage.
Jay, we talk about it all the time. The coaches in this league, who best puts their players in a position to shine? And now I give you Quinn Snyder.
I remember Quinn Snyder, after an ugly loss to Atlanta last year, really made some changes to their system. And here's the thing I love about Quinn Snyder.
He got a piece of it.
Jumping out the gym right now, Ed.
Great anticipation. To Kemba Walker. Wide open look won't go.
I can't believe he missed that, but look, you have to stay connected to him defensively or he'll eat you alive.
Almost, and he's not getting the call. Off the assist.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
Walker into the front court. 10 to 4 is the score. It goes down. He improvises and scores.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Conley into the front court. Looking to make something happen. To Joe Ingles. To Conley. And the 2. Rudy Gobert cashes in.
Great job using that shoulder to create contact with the defender without hesitation.
Into the front court, it's Walker. 12 to 6, our score. Calls out of bounds. Last touch by Kemba Walker. Utah with the possession. Conley to Gobert. Tatum grabs the board. Walker with the basketball. Down 6 to Jaylen Brown. Shot from the lane won't go. Conley into the front court. He'll run the offense. To Joe Ingles. Conley. Rudy Gobert. 3 for 4. Good start.
Some players are just built to absorb the contact. He pretty much dusted that defender off like that was a bug at the park.
And the Jazz have it. They've cleared the rebound. Mitchell with the basketball. It's an 8-point lead. To Favors. Slam dunk. Derek Favors. They have set the tone in this one.
I love when I see offenses come out in beast mode. You attack that paint, you get to the rim, inevitably the floor will open up for you to knock down some threes.
Screen coming. Nothing going here on that drive. And count the basket inside.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
To Joe Ingles. They get it down to Gobert. Rudy Gobert looking good. 4 for 5.
This comes down to great execution both on the offensive and defensive end of the floor. Let's see if they can carry this into the second quarter.
Cantor. To Walker. Rudy Gobert. Huge block. Mitchell with it up top. Lead stands at 10. Almost, but no good. Drive on the baseline, but his shot stays out. Across the timeline, it's Conley. His team leads it by 10. To Gobert. Rudy Gobert. He's now 5 for 6. Now Brad Stevens calls a timeout. His guys find themselves down double digits already in this first quarter. Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Number 36, Marcus Smart. Subbing in for Utah, number 99, Jay Crowder.
Walker to Cantor. He was hacked. They let it go. Jazz have the ball. Oh, bad pass, and the Celtics have it. Great look and vision. Marcus Smart, good touch.
Which way do you want to, Ed? Lefty, righty? He can finish with either.
Number 0, Jason Tatum.
Nothing going here on that drive. Jumper's good.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
Walker to Marcus Smart. The drive, right to the basket. Short jumper misses.
That's how you do it. You keep riding him to the basket, and if the refs aren't calling it, keep being physical. Keep knocking him off balance.
Jazz have it. And abuses the rim with the slam. Jay, this is getting scary fast.
If you're the defense, you have to deny him the ball. Maybe throw a box and one. Maybe throw a zone. Maybe even throw the kitchen sink because he's putting on a show in the first quarter.
Here comes the screen. Curling inside. Give it to him. Kemba Walker. 2 of 4 now.
The pro game has really come down to PNRs. Let's see how the defense adjusts.
Conley into the front court. Lead is 12. Mitchell. It's rebounded by the Celtics. To Kemba Walker. Easy pass to the rim.
Now, I know you probably don't want to hear this, but you have to take it one possession at a time. You have to continue to chip away. It hasn't been the best first quarter, but if you get a couple more of those to drop, you'll find yourself right back in this ballgame.
Driving right to the basket to Conley. 5 to shoot for Utah. Mitchell's shot, no good.
You see, this is something that everybody has, but some people choose to use it or not. I'm glad you choose to use effort on getting around those screens.
And it's Conley with the rebound. Oh, he had it. Across the timeline, it's Walker. They find themselves down 10. Rudy Gobert pins it. That's out. Last touch by Rudy Gobert. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. Walker to Marcus Smart. Walker, his first effort off the mark.
And look, sometimes you don't have it going every single night. Maybe utilize yourself as a decoy and get some teammates involved with your passing.
Conley to Allen. Fires the three. Not that time. He missed it. Old school. Backs his man down for the basket.
That's what they need to do more of. Attack that basket. Hit him where it hurts.
Conley into the front court. His team on top by 8. Has a chance. He connects. Sometimes you just have to go out there and make a tough play.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
Walker into the front court, trailing by 10. Has a look. The shot by Conley, no good. First quarter's complete. Jazz have the lead. Ed Cohen, Jay Williams with you as we get things started here in the second quarter. Utah ball. Conley. From the painted area, won't go down. Trying to cash in. Smart shot, no good.
This game is all about the small victories, though. The execution on that play was on point. You keep executing like that, those shots are going in eventually.
The drive, right to the basket. Clarkson. The Jazz with 4 in the shot clock. Knocks it down off the step back.
I don't know what halftime evaluation will be worse, the ankles or the bruised ego.
Brown with it up top. Down 12. Nothing going here on that drive. To Marcus Smart. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Shot misses there by Smart. And a nice finish at the rim.
Okay, I saw a little bit of a handle there, but let's see if that confidence is still there down the stretch.
To Jaylen Brown. Aaron Baines powers it through. He took it out on the rim that time.
Oh, there's no better feeling than after throwing that one down, hanging on the rim a little bit, looking at your opponent beneath you, making him recognize that's where you'll be the entire ball game.
Mike Conley. He's now shooting 5 for 7.
Bread and butter, and there are a few that can do it better off the screen.
Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go. Across the timeline, it's Conley. His guys leading by 14. Clarkson, deep left corner. Here comes the screen. Conley. He engulfed him that time. Celtics have it. Has a look. With the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Clearly not afraid of the spotlight here because that was not an easy look.
Conley to Clarkson. Trying to cash in. Missed it. He always has the green light, but the defense was ready. He gets it.
I 100% guarantee you that was not the play call, but a bucket is a bucket.
To Clarkson. Layup's good. Those are the types of shots you always strive for.
For a smaller player, you have to be more creative with your imagination when you finish with those shots around the rim. For the audience, that may look difficult, but for the player himself, that's what they practice every single day.
Changes coming from both sides right now.
Boston Celtics, number 0, Jason Tatum. Entering the
Jaylen Brown. Just not going down.
I love when I see a good contest. You're crowding the player's landing space, which naturally makes him worrisome about turning an ankle on that landing.
Conley. Five to shoot for Utah. Deep right corner. Conley. That's how you defend.
Shooters shoot. Period. I don't want to hear any excuses. That's why you're on the floor. You keep doing what you're doing with that superior confidence.
Conley into the front court. Up a dozen. Has a chance. Conley with a shot. Comes up empty. To Marcus Smart. Scores from the post.
There you go. Finally. Shoot your shot.
It's Jazz ball. To the rim. Lays it up and in.
And see, this is simple. This is where the PG pulls the bigs over to the side and says, we can't allow that to happen. You need to be an enforcer down low.
Tatum. Great defense, forcing the miss.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
Can't connect from in close. Cashes in for two.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Utah's got it. Conley, and a pass stolen by Boston. Good look that time, but off the mark. Conley into the front court. Lead stands at 10. Joe Ingles. To Conley. Screen coming. To Marcus Smart. To Brown. Down low. Able to convert inside. Now whistle and a timeout for Utah as they'll talk things over here in the second quarter. Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes.
For the Utah Jazz, number 27, Rudy Gobert.
Conley to Joe Ingles. Conley to Joe Ingles. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. It's the Celtics with the rebound. Into the front court, it's Walker. Down 8. Tristan Thompson with the slam.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
Utah with the possession. Screen coming. Conley to Gobert. Give him 2 points. High percentage.
The true measure of Rudy Gobert comes on the defensive end. He was all-NBA defensive first team and was tied for the lowest opponent field goal percentage at 43%. You ain't getting by that.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Up 6. Joe Ingles. To Conley. Has a look. Jumper's good.
Well, they have such great flow to their offense this evening. The ball isn't sticking to one player individually. It's moving around the perimeter, and it's zipping. They're playing with a special cohesiveness.
Nothing going here on that drive. Screen coming. Boston with 4 to shoot. Walker. Well defended. Conley into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Here's a chance from long range, and Mike Conley gets the 3 to drop.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Walker with the basketball. Down 11. To Cantor. Walker. To Cantor. And it's Cantor above the rim.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Jazz have the ball.
Here we go. My ball, my ball.
Conley to Gobert. And the finish. Slam dunk. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Both coaches dipping into their reserves. Changes coming onto the floor.
Number 0, Jason Tatum. Into the game for the Jazz. Number 15, Derek Favors.
Walker
2
to Jaylen Brown.
in the second quarter.
Trying to cash in. And the rebound comes down to Utah. Conley to Favors. Slam dunk, Derek Favors.
And easy, too. Get back on defense.
Boston with the basketball. Give it to him. Kemba Walker, 4 out of 10.
And here's a next-level comment for you. K-Walk is one of the rare guys in the league today that blurs the lines between the streets and the league.
To Favors. Had a good look there, but it's no good. Across the timeline, it's Walker. Counting down toward a minute to go in this first half. Whoa, Jaylen Brown above the rim.
You see, Ed, that's the problem. When you have guys on the perimeter that can shoot the basketball defensively, you're taught to hedge at the driver and then stay home, which leaves the lane wide open for great jams like that.
To Conley. Great pass to set it up. Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
He's been doing this for years, the physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
To Walker. Has a chance. Not that time. Conley into the front court. It's an 11-point game. Straight on three. At the buzzer. That's it. First half has come to an end. A nice advantage so far for the Jazz.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Jazz entered the locker room with a comfortable lead. It was their playmaking, the way they gave each other scoring opportunities. That really impresses me. I love seeing unselfish basketball like that. These are the guys getting buckets for the Utah Jazz. The Celtics were in need of a bit more scoring if they wanted the halftime lead. They've been scrappy, doing their best to be competitive. We'll see if their efforts are more rewarded in the second half. These are the guys getting buckets for the Boston Celtics.
First half stats. Player of the half.
Mike Conley really showed off his court vision in the first half. When he's able to get the ball moving like that, his team can be tough to stop.
Who was cold?
Forget cold. This guy will be happy to be lukewarm at this point. He can't seem to get anything going.
We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
And with that, I'm sending it back to Ed and Jay to bring you the rest of the game.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. The lead is 11. To Joe Ingles. Can't connect.
I give this defense so much credit. Sometimes it pays major dividends to have players that are willing to get their nails dirty. Just dig their hands in the dirt, and that's what kind of stand they're making on the defensive end.
From long range, where's the chatter? No one was even close to him.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Tough make through traffic.
You know, Ed, so many times we see people flexing on social media in the offseason, but they rarely put in the work, the substance. Not Jaylen Brown. This dude's been putting in the grind every single day in the gym. He's ready.
To Conley. Shot from the lane won't go. To Kemba Walker. Here comes the screen. Shot clock coming down to 4. Down to 3. Slams it down. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Defense making the ball handler work. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in the zone by himself.
Ball's controlled by Boston. Walker. Oh, not a good pass there as it's stolen by Utah. To Joe Ingles. Conley to Favors. From the painted area, won't go down. The follow won't go either. Brown into the front court. The deficit now up to a dozen. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Conley to Gobert. Nice pace. Sets it up and slams it down.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Walker. Fires the 3. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
The defender cannot be caught with his hand staying in the cookie jar. What I mean, contesting that pocket. You have to keep that hand going in and out, going in and out. Keep the offensive player thinking about where your hands are at all times.
Kemba Walker with a chance at a 4-point play. A career 83% free throw shooter. And he knocks it down at the line. Conley into the front court. His team leads it by 10. To Gobert. Doesn't have the touch. No good. Walker into the front court. He'll run the offense. Almost. And he's not getting the call.
It's easy for the offense to get agitated when you keep turning around and the defense is right there in your face. The jawing is only going to escalate.
Conley. The Jazz with 4 in the shot clock. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
Yeah, and what we're seeing is a brilliant offensive display. You have ball movement, player movement, and great shooting to top it off. You get those 3 things going, you're going to be a dynamic offensive unit.
Send it away.
Did you see how far he got up? He kept going up and up and up. I think he's still going up.
Conley into the front court. The advantage is 13 points. The screen sets him up for 2.
Man, he's got the defender out there tap dancing like that on national TV. That's not a good sign.
Nothing going here on that drive. The Celtics down to 4 in the shot clock. Has a look. Shot by Tatum won't go. To Conley. Gobert. Trying to cash in with the fadeaway. Burns him for the basket.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Celtics have it. Walker. Probing the defense. Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. The lead is 15. To Gobert. Tatum grabs the rebound.
show me something better than that, baby. It's game time.
Into the front court, it's Walker. Looking to make something happen. Nothing going here on that drive. It's rebounded by Gobert. To Joe Ingles. Conley. Baseline drive. Celtics able to clear the board. Celtics have it. Converts in the paint. Nice finish at the rim.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
Jazz will take a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. Some lineup changes now for both clubs. Conley. It's good. That's the guy you want to leave open.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
Walker to Cantor. Jazz pick it up. Down low, it's Mitchell. No good. To Walker. And scores. Strong take.
When I think about Kemba Walker, I think about a self-made elite PG. He's a little guy that thrives amongst the NBA giants, and he's fearless. Let me tell you about how fearless he is. Even Alvin Gentry said he's probably the biggest competitor he's ever seen. You could put him right up there with the likes of Kobe Bryant from a competitive standpoint. That goes to show you that Walker will do anything and everything to beat you every possession.
Mitchell. No good. That's great defense. Has a chance. Conley shot off the mark. Walker with the basketball. The deficit now up to 13. Baseline drive. Count it. No and one. There was some contact there.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. He needs to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
To Conley. Nothing's going to stop him in pursuit of the basketball. Good defense. He had nowhere to go. The result, jump ball. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes. Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. Well, as they get ready for the jump, someone's going to come away with the basketball. To Kemba Walker. Almost. Unlucky bounce.
Hands up. We got him. We got him.
Conley to Favors. Shot clock winding down. For three. Rebound, Aaron Baines. To Walker. And 2 more points. The defense had him, but the good shooters find a way.
Might have had an extra dribble or two there, but he got the shot he wanted.
To Allen. Aaron Baines swats it. That's his 3rd block this evening.
Oh, he blocked that with authority.
Can't connect from inside. Yes, and the foul. And a chance at 3 coming up.
And I know there's so much excitement about the play, but everybody looks at the player. More people need to pay attention to the guy at the end of the bench, the strength and conditioning coach, because this kid's been putting in the time and effort every day in the weight room.
Thabo Cephalosha at the line for a chance at a 3-point play. For his career, 73%. The free throw is good. Finishing off the 3-point play. The lead grows to 12. To Kemba Walker. Aaron Baines powers it through. Good luck keeping up with that.
Did you see that jump? It was as quick as a pogo stick.
Utah ball to Allen. To Favors. Slam dunk, Derek Favors.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Walker. No good. Conley into the front court. Lead is 12. To Favors. To Conley. Can't connect. Defense did its job that time.
Let's be realistic. He's probably not going to miss a lot of shots. But the more effort you can give, you want to try to tire him out. Take his legs away. Make him work to catch the ball. That's how you win a defensive battle.
Screen coming. Fine to shoot. Walker. To Marcus Smart. Knocks it down from mid-range. Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. Knocks it down. Off the step back. Late heave to beat the buzzer. The quarter comes to an end. The Jazz in command of this one. It's the Celtics with the ball as we start this 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ball game.
Conley. Five seconds to shoot. To Conley. Going to launch. Beyond the arc. Good contest on the 3. Conley misses.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
It's Jazz ball. Conley. Mitchell on the drive, but he can't finish. Another follow, still no good.
It's because he took his eye off his target, Ed. As an offensive player, you have to glare at where the defender's coming to, but quickly redirect yourself to your actual target. He was more consumed with the defender than he was the actual rim.
Conley into the front court. It's an 8-point lead. Four three. Can't get the bounce. To Walker. Lets it fly from long range. Look out, Kemba hitting the tough shots here.
That's what great shooters do. They can miss all the shots in the world, but they're going to take that next one like they just made all the shots in the world.
To Favors. And the finish at the rim.
D. Favors may never become the star that some of us expected him to be for a guy taking 3rd overall in the 2010 NBA draft. But what he has done is build himself a very solid NBA career by being a strong, low-post presence.
Nothing going here on that drive. And the rebound taken down by Mitchell. Mitchell knocks down the three-pointer.
And in today's game, you have to make shots like that. Nice work draining it from deep.
Boston with the basketball. Nothing going here on that drive. Conley. Lays it up and in.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Now whistle and a timeout for Utah as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter.
The best basketball. And I know I'm saying this and I shouldn't be saying it because I'm calling the broadcast, but as a player and a fan, you know you tune in to the 4th. This is where guys earn their paychecks. This is where you see real fight and real hustle.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Number 27, Rudy Gobert.
Conley. A pass taken away by the Celtics.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Fires the three. Rebounds pulled in by Gobert. Mitchell with the basketball. Lead stands at 10. To Conley. Down to Gobert. And he's fouled. Nice move that time, and he's going to the line for 2.
I don't know about that one, Ed. I always thought your hand was part of the ball.
Rudy Gobert at the line for 2 shots. Not the best career mark, 62%. And he connects on the first free throw. He makes them both. Ball's controlled by Boston. Nothing going here on that drive. Shot by Tatum won't fall.
You know, Ed, everybody gives so much credit to the guy who contested the shot, but there's no way he's in that position without the communication of the backbone of the defense. When you have a guy back there who can block shots and tells you to apply more pressure, you know you're in a safe place.
Doesn't have the touch. No good. Joe Ingles down low for Gobert. Oh, ferocious slam inside.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat five, but we're watching one man carry four other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Walker to Jaylen Brown. To Kemba Walker. Tristan Thompson with the slam.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. Pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Across the timeline, it's Walker. The deficit now up to a dozen. Here comes the screen. Oh, great defense there, forcing the pickup. To Walker. 24-second violation. New blood coming in for both sides. To Joe Ingles. All by himself, creates his own shot there.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
To Kemba Walker. Short jumper stays out. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
In the paint, you need to finish just like that.
Utah's got it. Nothing going here on that drive. Offensive board. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, Ed, I'm down with guys having 35, 40, maybe 50 points in the game. But the one thing you look for in a defensive end, when there's a huddle after a guy has dropped multiple buckets on you in a row and everybody's quiet, nobody stands up and says, yo, I got him, I'm going to stop him, you're in a worrisome place for your team.
Gobert to Conley. Won't go. To Cantor. Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
Across the timeline, it's Conley. Up a dozen. Here comes the screen. Conley to Favors. Missed it. Almost a foul. They let it go. Grabs his own miss and scores. Good concentration.
I remember my high school coach said one man can't beat five. Well, I'm telling you right now, he lied. I'm watching it happen in person.
Screen coming. Walker. A good defense by the Jazz as they come away with it. Finish that. On the follow. Way to stay with it.
You know, it reminds me out of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
Conley. A bad pass, and the Celtics have it. That is great vision to set it up. Finishing inside the paint on that one.
And Ed, here's my offensive theory. More touches, more points. This is a fast-paced league. Either the coaches adapt or you'll be left behind.
Both coaches hitting the reset button. Fresh legs coming onto the floor. Clarkson to Joe Ingles.
Number 8, Jordan Clarkson.
Watch your back, watch your back, watch your back.
With the step back.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Celtics have it. Walker to Jaylen Brown. Here comes the screen. Has a look. The screen sets him up for two.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Clarkson with the basketball. They lead it by 14. To Joe Ingles. Rebound hauled in by the Celtics.
Hey, lock up, lock up.
To Walker. Screen coming. Boston with 4 to shoot. Walker. Mitchell with it up top. His guys leading by 14. Off the penetration, almost, but no good. Tough-looking shot there. Still gets it to go down.
He's been doing this for years. The physicality in which he plays. No one wants to see that. You're going to leave the game with black and blue marks all over your body.
Walker. Screen coming. They've slowed down the pace. Now 3 on the shot clock. A drive to the basket, but the shot rattles in and out. There you go. Way to stay with it. Mitchell with the basketball. Looking to make something happen. To Gobert. Nothing going here on that drive. 5 to shoot for Utah. And a pass stolen by Boston.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in 1st and 2nd grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Here comes the screen. Shot clock, it's coming down to 4. Now down to 3. Long heave from 3/4 court. It's the Jazz who come away with the victory as they win this one handily. For Jay Williams and all our crew, I'm Ed Cohen saying so long for now. This has been a presentation of the NBA on EA Sports.
the EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Jazz
Did what great teams do best. Finish.
You ask me, and I'll tell you, it was the ball movement that made all of the difference. There's something to be said for a team that can win as a group, and that's what happened here today. Here are the guys who put up the most points. For the Utah Jazz, the Celtics finished on the losing end of a close score. They did a great job with their ball movement, forcing the defense to constantly make adjustments. Unfortunately, it wasn't enough for the win. Check out the leading scores for the Boston Celtics.
Game track. 3-point shooting.
Each of these teams were solid with their long-range shooting. So by extension, they were pretty poor with their perimeter defense. Closing out on shooters must always happen, whether you're tired or not.
Player of the game.
Gobert gets the award for the most obvious reason, and that's his scoring output. He couldn't be stopped, and it was incredible to watch.
Who was cold?
Every player that makes it to the NBA is a great athlete, but even the best players have their off nights. Today was just one of those days for this guy. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
See y'all next time. Jalen Rose, signing out.